KZN. I'm really looking forward to the two meetings that we have at Hollywoodbets Greyville. A really splendid track. On the Sunday, we're on the turf. On the Monday, we're back on the poly track. 2 fine days of racing. Now, I've told you before many times, the Champion Punters Challenge. You just have to be a Hollywoodbets account holder. That's it. Absolutely free entry. You need to be on 5 minutes before the first. That's when the entries close. If you get all 8 winners on the card on the Sunday, you would win the progressive jackpot if you're on your own of 1.7 million. 1.7 bar. And then we've got the top 20 on the leaderboard, the 10,000 guaranteed to be divided amongst the top 20 with 4,000 rand going to the winner. So nothing to be sneezed at. Even the 4 grand will help with the punting budget. Let's go to the first, which is the start of the buy pot. Now, we've got a horse called Bad Hair Day, who, quite frankly, I was very surprised to see top of those boards at 3.03 to 1, www.hollywoodbets.net. Reason being, I remember that debut was a well-beaten debut, was beaten off, is now with a new yard, possibly could improve, but we'll have to see what transpires closer to race time with that favourite. Currently 3.03 to 1. This is a maiden juvenile plate, by the way, the opening race on the programme. Mike Miller, we've said many times, top stable with those 2-year-olds. He sends out a 4-pronged attack. Now, one of his runners is drawn badly at 13. The horse is called Scenic View. What does catch my eye there is the current place with Hollywoodbets at 13 to 10, the top 4. So a little bit of Scenic View, certainly for me, in race number 1. We may put together a little bit of a buy pot and a place accumulator. I'm just going to open that once again. Thankfully, we have all these maiden plates earlier on. Hopefully, they are easy to navigate because it may get a little bit tricky later on this program. So we go on to the second, which is run over the 6 furlong. Now, we just spoke about the Michael Miller yard and all those runners. Now we're going to talk about Wendy Whitehead because she sends out 2 runners here. I like both of them. The horse that is the least fancied is my first choice, a horse called Raven Sword, who is going to be ridden by Samanga Kamalu. He's down to ride. A lot more form to recommend is a stable companion, Gian Batista. I think those 2 will be sufficient for me as far as the place accumulator and buy pot are concerned. We're back here. We've got Gian Batista at 2.86 to 1. The horse I mentioned, Raven Sword, at 10 to 1. Those are my top 2. Raven Sword at place currently is 19 to 10. Just under the 2 to 1 with Hollywood. But don't forget, on race day, you can get the top 4. Maybe Raven Sword can burgle a minor position. Obviously, when you are playing at a place, the top 4, the odds will not be the same. But as I've said before, if you've got a horse in double figures, it's always good money to be won. It's a terrific bet. Then you've got American Dream, who's at 3.57 to 1. That'll be my third choice. I see, just worth a mention, there's also that's cost punters huge amounts of money. Specially selected is back. That's a 3.03 to 1. I'm going to bypass specially selected. The third race, the start of the pick 6, maiden plate over 1,600 metres. This is my day, in or out. When I went through the programme, I was very bullish on number 3, Spy Master. I see open just over 15 to 10, was shortened into even money and is now quoted just over 13 to 10. Donovan Dillon will have the ride for Peter Muscat. I think this horse has scope, is progressive, and as I say, that's the bet for me, Spy Master. A lot of respect too for Donovan Dillon. Heavyweight jockey, but very, very capable. So let's hope he can bring home Spy Master for us in the third. The fourth race, Frank Robinson, Muzieni. They've got the Green Gallants at around 1.67 to 1 with Blazing Light. Those are joint favourites at the moment. Then Grey Lingari. It's not often that I go for a 6-year-old maiden, but I just thought that Coral Copy could improve you for a drum at just under even money. Just mentioned Donovan Dillon. He's aboard this one, so that'd be terrific. If he could win the third race and run into a placing in race 4, I'd be absolutely over the moon with Coral Copy. We move on to race 5. Sunshine's in the fifth race. I'm going to have to go with the roughy of the day. This is the www.galloptv.co.za, merit rated 74 handicap over the 1900. It's off at 14.45. This horse, Master Vision, is at 14.29 to 1 a win and a placing 2.85 to 1. Only 50.5 kgs on the back. I know there's only been one win from 25 outings. The horse hasn't won for 819 days. But the merit rating keeps on dropping, and I've just got this feeling that one of these days Master Vision can run a forward race. And the placing, once again, we're going to mention just under 3 to 1 a drum about Master Vision. I see it was back last time, interestingly enough. Also, concerning is he obviously loves the wet, but at the price, I think worth a little bit of an each way dabble. Beyond the roughy, we're going 4 with horses 10 and 3. We'll work out those selections at the end. Race 6 on the card. Sixth race, Etiquette, is quoted at 6.25 to 1. One on the poly, but there's also one on the turf. And if you look at the form lines, they jump out at you. They are very, very good form lines here. The last form line is indeed strong. Second, third, fourth horses have all won. And the third horse, of course, was Roy's Command, who's come out and completed a hat-trick of victories. On the strength of that, I have to go with Etiquette at the 6.25 to 1 with Hollywoodbets and the 1.31 to 1 a placing. After that, number 3, Baymax, unreliable, but also catches the eye on some form lines. And then Manhattan Cafe, I think, will also run a forward race in race 6. We go on to race 7. The King's Cup listed 150,000. This is the headline on the programme. Over a mile. And the horse for me is from the Johan Janse van Vieren yard. A horse called Chimes is the way I'm currently leaning. And Chimes in the betting, number 1, is at 7.14 to 1 a win and a placing at 14 to 10. Merit rating has declined from 120 to a 97. And I like him to finish in the fray. That is going to be my Shreedy in race 7. Shampompo Champisi represents the Hollywood Syndicate. This horse has come awfully well. Is bidding for a hat-trick. We often talk about form lines. Well, here's a form line for you, and it is eye-catching. All of Socrates, Al's My Daddy, Keep It Secret, and Tread Swiftly around behind Shampompo Champisi, and they've come out and won. So he's holding his form and should give a bold showing. That'll be my clear-cut second choice, but I like a little bit of the price on Chimes. And for a minor position, as you know, I'm a big fan of Craig Zacky's. I'm going to go with a little bit of Cat Daddy, number 8, to finish in the trifecta. That's the 7th. This has been rather short and sweet. We go on to race 8, the Hollywoodbets Bright Future merit rated 83 handicap over the 1400. I thought that Go Man Go could be the right horse here with Rachel Veneker for Andre Nell. What is interesting are her stats when riding for the stable thus far. The horse is down to carry 61.5, but of course we've got the 1.5 apprentice allowance, so it's down to 60 kgs. Is a trier and has never finished further than 5.80 lengths behind the winner in 15 starts. Rachel's been aboard him the last 2 starts. Those 2 starts came over these 6 furlongs. But the stable stats has ridden for the stable 5 times. 1 victory for Rachel, 1 second, 3 thirds, so 100% strike rate in the first 3. Hopefully she can keep that record intact tomorrow, specifically for the place accumulator purposes with Go Man Go. Placing there is even money, by the way, the first 3. And then Royal Watch, number 4, has been rested for 78 days, gelded, and I see the blinkers of. Royal Watch has always been touted to have a lot of ability and could improve in race 8. So that's it. We're looking forward to it on the Sunday at Hollywoodbets Greyville. It is on the turf, and you can tune into Gallop TV and watch all that action. Let's hope, as I say, the Bipot PA Pick 6, we've got some terrific pulls and your support. Enjoy Sunshines. All I've got to say once again hit them hard. That's the Sunday. You may also remember Spinner Zonke. They've got that Sunday jackpot race between 3 and 4. It's over rather quickly. 2 round a spin. But once again, there's huge prize money up for grabs. I'll see you for racing on Monday. Hopefully we can hit them clean on the Sunday and come back bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for racing on the Monday. Bye-bye.